Welcome to the reviews of the trap. We are here again, giving y'all the reviews of the Power Book 2, Season 2, Episode 1. I am DC Rock.
I'm Cloud.
So this episode, the Season 1 ended with basically Tommy coming back on the scene and Tommy coming back on the scene,
Faking his death,
and them letting Tommy go, basically. Tariq letting Tommy go. So we back with Season 2, and now Season 2 starts off with basically something. I don't know why I guess you could kind of, they trying to just tell the story of it, but we know something is kind of mentally wrong with their grandma.
Yeah.
And only true Power fans know who their grandma is. You gotta know who Tasha mom is. Tasha mom is one of them people that wanted her to stay with Ghost no matter what.
Right.
But yeah, for the real Power fans, you know who Tasha mom is, which is Tariq grandma. The episode 1 of Season 2 of the Power Book 2 Ghosts start off with something mentally being wrong with the grandma.
Yeah, she shows signs of having some type of issue, like substance abuse issues. When Tariq wakes up, and it's like the smoke alarm and everything going off, and he runs into the kitchen, and it's his little sister Yasmin, and she's cooking, and his grandma come out. You know what I mean? She's like low-key oblivious, and she gets upset with Yasmin. She's like, you're supposed to be cooking and making me breakfast, and you in here, like she got an attitude about it. So Tariq's just like, what's
yeah,
going
but
on?
Tariq asked her something and she don't remember it, but she says she remember it, but she really doesn't remember.
Yeah.
And that's how you know something is going on with the grandma. We don't know yet what's going on with her, but we know something is going on with her.
Then she was like, Tariq, when you get here, he's like, what you mean? I've been here
yeah, basically,
since yesterday. She was like, oh yeah, since 8 o'clock. Like,
yeah. So we know something mentally is going on with her.
Right.
Now to go on to what else is going on, they find Jabari body.
Right.
They find Jabari body, and if you keep going on in the episode, you find out the detective that finds Jabari body is messing with Carrie.
Well, they have history.
They have history. The detective and Carrie have history, and basically she was thinking she was going on a date with him again, but the detective ended up just showing her, going to a place to show her Jabari body.
Right.
And that's how she finds out that
she can identify it.
Yeah, so she can identify it. So that's how she finds out Jabari is dead.
Or
she didn't know before.
Yeah.
That's how she really finds out Jabari is dead.
And so we also see a scene where it shows Drew is still in recovery.
Drew is still in recovery, and he's kind of in his feelings. He kind of mad about it. He kind of pissed off about it. So you got that going on.
We see Davis and Sax. New dynamic.
Yeah, they still working together
because Season 1 ended with Davis offering him a job.
Yeah.
So now you see them, they're getting suits together. And Zach's kind of like, this ain't kind of me. And Davis is like, bro, this is the new you. Like, when you get money, like, this is, you look good doing it. And Zach's is kind of feeling like, okay, I feel you, my guy.
Yeah, so he basically hanging on. He basically with that title of I'm working with Davis now. Like I'm making money and I'm chilling. I'm living a straight life right now. And then so what goes on next? And then
Tariq asks Davis to find his mother.
Yeah, Tariq asked Davis to find his mother. And Tariq is still trying to get in touch with his mom by text messages, but Tasha's not responding. Tasha, I don't know, she can't respond, she not responding. Something is going on there where he not hearing from his mom, so he's just getting frustrated with that. So his friend Brandon he shows his frustration, so Brandon offered him to come to his family party.
Yeah.
Now we see why Brandon really want to sell drugs. Brandon really want to sell drugs because his family is trying to get him to do some real college academic, being in the fraternity stuff that he really don't want to do.
I like his art.
Like, I'm this person. I'm a salesperson. I want to do this.
Or it's like his, a lot of times people in that light, they have their lives like pretty much just mapped out.
Yeah, that happens in real life. Like your family have something mapped out for you that you really don't want to do at all.
So you go hardcore the opposite way.
You go hardcore the opposite way.
And that's definitely with my boy Brandon on the Tommy situation.
The teacher is still fucking around with, even after she finds out that Jabari is dead, Carrie still is fucking around with Zeke. Zeke. Yeah. He's still fucking around with Zeke. She goes to Zeke after she finds out Jabari dead. She tells Zeke, like, hold me and stuff. They end up doing their thing, sex, whatever you want to call it. They end up still doing their thing, but she becomes curious of his family.
Word.
She becomes curious, start asking him like questions. Zeke is telling him there's no way Monet would do that and stuff like that. So that's going on.
Word. So you also had this scene where Monet's out shopping with her daughter, and she proves that she can. She proves that she can kind of handle herself a little bit. She got a little heart.
Yeah, Monet's.
She about had a heart attack. Monet about had a heart attack.
Yeah, Diana is trying to show more of she trying to become what Monet is already is. She trying to learn how to put bullets in the gun, which she can't do for shit in episode 1.
Right.
She can't do it yet. She does get away from the cops pulling her over. She does flirt with the cops a little bit to lean them off, but she's still not like street yet.
Right.
But I think the biggest thing that comes is that Monet is trying to get the family out the street life in episode 1.
Right.
So she tells the family that this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna focus on Zeke becoming a professional athlete. He's going to get drafted to the NBA, and you're gonna become Monet says she's gonna become the manager, and Diana and Drew is gonna become like some other people,
right.
like
they're
gonna have their titles, and we're gonna get out this street life, which I think is that shit just not gonna happen. Right. That shit is just not gonna happen. But and then
Tate goes to the Democratic leader and tell him he wants to run for District 12. And so apparently there's a guy there named Sweetie. And he's like, he's a legend and all of that. Like, he has to seek, like, unless you find some crazy dirt on him, it's a wrap. So Tate pretty much promises to find some dirt on Buddy. Like, say less. You feel me?
Tate coming back on the scene. He trying to become back on top of being a governor and stuff, trying to be a governor and stuff. And his brother, which is a detective, said, yo, listen, you got to get your head straight. You got to get back right. You can't be sleeping on my couch all day. You got to get back right. So that kind of made Tate, kind of make Tate get up and try to be on the move and try to figure out some shit. So we'll see what happens with that. And what else goes on?
Tariq, so we kind of touched on that Tariq, they have a few scenes that showcases Tariq's, longing for his mom to hit him up.
Yeah.
And so this is furthermore shown about Tariq having a scene when he's in his room, looking at his phone, waiting on his mom to hit him up, and that's when Lauren shows up, emotional, because it was just, like you said, the body was found, so now everybody on campus gets the headline like simultaneously, like, yo, Professor Reynolds is dead. You feel me? So of course Lauren shows up emotional about the news of Professor Reynolds, and she realized Tariq really ain't that like emotional about it. He doesn't have a emotional and dramatic response to it.
So we all know what happened with Jabari, but the campus doesn't know.
Right.
And Lauren doesn't know. Specifically, Lauren doesn't know. So Tariq give her this story of like, I ain't really like, he was just my teacher. Like, I lost my twin sister and I lost my father. So right. I ain't really emotional about people finding out that he dead or he died. I'm not.
Right.
Like, I'm hooked to it already. They ain't really bothering me.
Right. And so because the news is out, so now the family getting paranoid. So then you get Kane, who first, pulled up on Tariq like, yo, you said you was gonna handle this. This was gonna be swept under the rug, easy. So Tariq got to tell him, chill out. I'm saying? I got everything under control. Then immediately after that, Monet hit him up like, yo, come have dinner. My nigga, we gotta talk.
So speaking of Kane, a potential plug comes on the scene, which is named Mecca.
Mm-hmm.
This guy Mecca looks, I'm not even gonna say what he looks like. But Mecca is a potential plug. He comes on the scene. It seems like Kane already been doing stuff with Mecca, and he trying to prove more to Mecca that Mecca could trust him. So there's a scene where Kane fights a dude to show that Mecca could trust him, because Kane know that he's a potential plug.
I want you to think about that Kane scene, because it was dope, because what it was Mecca had Buddy tied up.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, show me what you about.
Yeah, so Mecca had Buddy tied up, so Kane could have just shot him in the head and it could have been over with. But what Kane does is says, forget that, I'm gonna untie him and we gonna fight this thing out.
Word.
And Kane ends up winning the fight, and that was that. So Kane trying to prove his loyalty to Mecca, because he knows Mecca is a real potential plug, and he goes as far as to go to his mom's house to try to tell his mom that he found a potential plug, but his mom Monet still doesn't trust Kane. So Monet kind of just closed the door on him. Like, get out my face type shit.
And so while Tariq sat dinner with Monet and the family, she asked Tariq straight up, like, what's good with this Jabari situation?
Oh, yeah.
And Tariq lies straight to her face, like, nah, I ain't do it. I don't know what's going on with him. I barely know him.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
He was my professor. Like, he just...
Yeah,
I mean? So that's definitely foreshadowing something crazy happening later on. Kane stuff was on some work, though. After the whole fight situation, Mecca got some work in one of his, like, planes or jets or whatever. And you know what I'm saying? So that's when he pulled up on him, and he's just like... Kane's basically like, bro, like, this is what I'm about. Like, you know what I'm saying? Fuck with me, basically. Then we transition back to where Tyreek is out with the white family. So they invite him. Brandon invites him out to, their family outing.
Yeah.
And we get a kind of peep at his life dynamic and his family dynamic. He walks up. There's a brand new Mercedes. He's like, "This is, whatever. It's control. This comes with a level of control."
Right.
And Tyreek, we ain't never had nothing like that. So Tyreek just like, bro, I don't care about none of that. Your father just gave you a whole Mercedes out here.
Right.
So then they have their little family, the traditional toast, where Brandon's father and his uncle give a family toast, and Tyreek has a little banter back and forth with them. Well, he actually wins, but they kind of treat him as a charity case. Like, the only reason you can be in this room with us is because you're a charity case. You're the urban black guy who made it on a technicality or whatever. But Tyreek definitely has a great mental back and forth with them and wins. But then, which leads us to the last scene and interaction when they're out hunting. And dude low-key tried to shoot Tyreek, bro.
Yeah.
And Tyreek got the hell on.
He got the hell on.
And he was just basically like, bro, I'm out of here, bro.
Yeah. And then there's some scenes still of Tyreek still trying to get in touch with his mom. And Tyreek trying to tell Davis that he needs to find a way to get in contact with his mom.
Yeah.
So he could take care of his sister, because he knows something mentally going on with his grandma, which is taking care of his sister right now.
Right.
So Tyreek's trying to deal with that. It's just episode 1, so it's not a lot of solutions going on. They just showing mainly problems that's going on. It's not a lot of solutions that being made yet. It's just mainly problems that's going on, and I'm sure they gonna show how these solutions gonna be resolved.
We gotta talk about that last scene right quick. Tyreek got a burner, and his burner rings, and it's Detective Kevin. And he's like, hello, this is Detective, you know what I'm saying, and Tyreek hangs up the phone. But they was on the phone long enough not for them to get an exact pinpoint, but to get a general area, which led them to the Stanford University.
Yeah,
you feel me? So they like, oh shit, so, I'm pretty sure that's gonna bring some heat to the campus.
Detective basically is on to the Jabari death has something to do with somebody at Stanford.
Right.
So that is going on.
So yeah, what you think about the episode overall?
Like I said, I think a lot of problems is going on, and they not showing how it's gonna be resolved, other than the detective finding out that something at Stanford has something to do with Jabari death. But I think it's a great anticipation. I think it's a good anticipation episode, because it's gonna want you to watch the next episode. It's gonna, because you gotta figure out what's gonna happen. You gotta figure out and I think detectives are gonna get closer and closer, but at the end of the day, I think they gonna figure out a way to cover it up, like always.
I think Miss Carey a hypocrite. She made all that noise and fuss about Jabari smashing one of his grad students, but you smashing.
Yeah, she went straight. Yeah, that's crazy. She went straight to Zeke after Jabari did.
Word.
Like, you went straight to Zeke and y'all smashed after Jabari did.
She was already smashing Zeke before he died.
I'm saying,
but you made a big deal.
Yeah.
I don't know what to say about him, bro.
Yeah, and I think that I think that Tyreek got a lot of stuff to handle because now he got to figure out about his little sister because his grandma going through this mental.
Yeah.
He got to figure out what's going on. He can't get in touch with his mom, so his mom is no help to him right now. I don't
Shout
know.
out to the Ryan team.
Right, I don't know.
Good first episode.
Yeah, it's a good first episode. I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know what's gonna happen. I know eventually. I know eventually probably Tasha gonna pop up out of nowhere and reply or something. I think that they gonna somehow figure out a way to blame the Jabari death on somebody else. I don't really think that nobody that's important gonna get to. I don't feel like nobody is important gonna get any time for Jabari death. I don't even think Kane is gonna get time from Jabari death.
Because if you think about it, Ghost set up Kanan. So
yeah,
I think this could be a good opportunity to show
true.
that parallel. So he sets up Kane to take the fall for it.
Yeah.
That's how he get Kane off his back. Because they bumping heads. It seemed like, Kane never really liked him from jump.
Yeah. But Kane is on Tyreek ass.
Yeah.
He bro, nah. He ain't about to take because they had their meetups in the episode 1. Kane is on Tyreek ass.
Yeah.
So I think that, I don't know. I just know more and more it just shows that, I don't know. I hate to go back to GOATs, James St. Patrick, but it just shows more of like the GOAT of the situation. Y'all learning more and more of what GOATs had to go through. Like,
right.
Y'all learning more and more.
I feel like this is just as much GOATs.
That's why they probably called it Power Book 2 Ghosts, because this much more is Ghost story than
what they call an origin story. This is just as much Ghost origin story as it is Tyreek. It's a mirror.
Yeah.
And that's why I feel like even that foreshadows at some point, even if it's on another season, that Tyreek.
Because at the end of the day, they got Davis on their side, so Davis not about to let them go down, because at the end of the day, if he let them go down, his money not gonna be good. They ain't gonna be no money moving. So he not about to let Tyreek go down, because he's like, bro, nah, Tyreek is paying me, so I ain't. So we gonna figure this shit out. And then we can't forget that Davis has a brother that's locked up.
Redman. Shout out Redman.
Shout out to Redman. Redman made a special guest first appearance on Power. And he's actually Davis, which is Method Man in real life. He's actually Davis' brother. So Davis went to visit him. They had a conversation. We know Davis' brother is locked up. So that's a thing too that's going on.
How you feel about they acting, Redman and Method Man?
I feel like they got high together and they goddamn said we gonna do this scene. We gonna do this scene. They already made funny movies together and shit. So I feel like it was. I mean, it is what it is. They got rappers. They got rappers acting as actors. It ain't gonna be all the way professional. We ain't gonna get no Denzel and Will and shit like that.
There's a definite difference between Method Man's portrayal of his character and Mary J. Blige. I'm actually shocked and impressed with Method Man's acting. Mary J. Blige, she had some scenes was a little cringe to watch. Like, damn, like you didn't really.
You could definitely tell Mary J. Far as like a professional actor, you could definitely hit on her mistakes more than Method Man. I think because he probably had more experience into the movie world, and I think it's just his character. Remember, as far as his rapping career, he went from Wu-Tang to being like, he went from Wu-Tang to like, he did a lot of shit. He went from Wu-Tang to doing ha-ha movies. I think it's just in his character. I think some people naturally have it and some people don't. I mean, shout out to Mary J. Not saying she doing a bad job, just saying that you could definitely see her mishaps more than Method Man. And I think that everybody could possibly agree on that. I could be wrong. Y'all could comment and say what y'all think or whatever, but that's my personal opinion, that I think you could see more Mary J mishaps more than Method Man.
Right. So yeah, that's our projections for future possibilities of where the storyline is going to take us, and where we feel like season 2 episode 1 went. So I'm Cloud,
DC Rock, and this is reviews of the trap, man. Like we told y'all, we're gonna give y'all the real. Y'all can definitely comment to say what y'all think, what we hit right on, what y'all think we didn't hit right on. We just want the comments. We gonna comment back. We gonna show love. Y'all subscribe. Y'all just show love. We just here to. This is what we do on a daily basis. So we basically said we gonna make it a thing where we just put it out there. We already like argue.
Yeah.
We argue and debate about these shows without putting it out there. So we just like, we gonna put it out there for the world to come in.
Word.
Other than just us. So
if y'all got any suggestions, y'all please let us know. But yeah, this is our reviews from the trap, and we see y'all at Power Book 2 goes.
Yeah. Season 2
episode 2. That's a lot.
Facts. Yeah, facts.
That's a lot.
Appreciate y'all. We out.